Congratulations, Anisha, on
Thank you
being the
so much.
Mrs. India Universe
Thank you,
2017.
Jessie.
So, uh, first of all, you're looking very beautiful, very gorgeous,
Thank
and
you.
this crown is complimenting you so well. You truly deserved it, no doubt. So, what inspired you to get into this field? Being an investment banker, and this is a completely different field. So,
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you so much for your kind words and complimenting me. As I was telling you, me deserving the crown is the combination of various things. My hard work, yes, truly, but then at the same times, the grooming that we had been given, and then your judges and organizers, they're recognizing that you truly deserve the crown as well. So that is at the same time it's a team effort, I would say. And then your next question about what really inspired me. So 4 months ago, we had these auditions in the UK, and my sister, she was like, "Why don't you really go for the auditions? You're always so fashion trendy. You always fit." So I was like really thinking, because I'm an investment banker by profession. I'm a vice president, so it's very different than fashion industry. But then I was always like, I always had a passion towards fashion. I love fashion in a way, so I gave it a try, and I think it was just meant for me. So I just kept on moving every step, and then it was just like I won. I was the second runner up in the UK,
yeah.
and which made me eligible to come here in India.
Yeah.
And then I think it was just like, as they say that it was all conspired for you, I think it was just all conspired for me.
So the credit goes to the sister. Yeah.
Yes, to starting with, yes, it truly goes to sister.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our trainers in the UK organizers. But the level of training we got here in India, it was amazing. I mean, we were groomed by one of the best choreographers, one of the best groomers in India. So the learning curve was really steep, but it was really high. And we used to start 6:30 in the morning till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
next morning. But you would not feel tired because there was so much to learn. There was hardly any time to feel tired. But I think it was all worth it.
So how would you describe this journey of yours, UK till India and everything, Udaipur?
It is like a dream come true if you ask me in a very simple term. But then, as they say, if you have to achieve your dreams, you really have to forget everything else. So I literally, for these 4 months, I forgot everything else apart from pageant and my work, because obviously you have to balance both. So in my office, I have the same set of responsibilities which I did fulfill without any compromise, but at the same time I did fulfill everything and learned everything from the pageantry world. It was new to me, but I must say that I've given my heart and soul to it. So I knew this was a dream I wanted to achieve, so today I have it and I love it.
Yeah. So how difficult it was, this work-life balance and everything?
Extremely difficult, because I used to wish sometimes, I wish these 24 hours were 52 hours. If I calculate, I needed this time for this thing, this time for this thing. But then I must say that in the UK, I have this core team of 3 people, which has my soulmate,
Yeah.
Mitesh, my husband, and 2 of my friends. So we used to distribute the tasks. So as they say, I'm like a project manager and a program manager of a profession. So being organized and being a task-oriented person it just runs in me. So I guess it was the appropriate organization of how you want to get things, setting the right priorities at right point of time. So yeah, we managed it well, I guess.
And it was totally worth it.
It was all extremely worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, taking that decision to come here to India, I think that was my second best decision of life.
What will be the first?
The first one was buying this house for my mom.
Yeah, it is extremely beautiful, I must say. It's a really beautiful house.
Yeah, so that was my first dream. So as they say, for a person like me, I've always been a sort of a person who would not want to achieve the highest rank in life, but I always have the set goals for next 2 years. So next 2 years I want to do this. So I always prepare myself for the immediate next 2 years goal so that I can put in all my energy towards it. So I think that has helped me really. So if you ask me what do you want to do next 2 years, I would know. But if you ask me what do you want in the next 6 years, Oh, maybe you'll have to ask me after 2 years.
Nice, nice. And what would you say about the organizers of the event? How was your journey with them? What was the interaction with them?
My organizers, I truly have no words to describe them. When I came here, I was not aware of, I didn't have much interaction with my organizers, although whenever I would send any query from the UK as well, they were always available. But then there was always a thing of like, how is this whole thing going to be? I was like waiting for that surprise what Mrs. India Universe 2017 has to offer to me. But I must say, the way the whole thing was organized, the whole grooming was organized, the way the discipline was maintained, and the best part was like the way the uniformity and integrity was maintained for all the contestants. It was amazing. I mean, it's very difficult to maintain the peace, harmony and love between 4 women, but there were 43 women out there, and the way all of that was organized and everyone leaving on a happy note, it's very difficult. But we saw everyone leaving with a very cheerful face, very content. So that is how it reflects as a big family. I remember our organizer, Mrs. Archana Tomar, saying, "This is the stage when you all are competitors. The moment you step out of the stage, you're all family." So that was actually the decorum that was maintained throughout the whole pageant, and that was really touching, and that was really inspiring, and in itself a big learning for all of us.
So hats off to Mrs. Archana Tomar.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
She
and
has managed to organize this event very nicely, maintaining all the decorum and the competition part aside and the personal part aside.
definitely, yes.
I guess you guys have had a lot of fun around with them.
We did. You know what? As part of our grooming, although it was so difficult, I must tell you that it was like, I think when a person will go to military, they will follow the sort of same discipline as we were following there. So you have to have specific time for breakfast, then you have to go to yoga session, you have to do all your choreography, catwalks and everything. But at the same time, they always had a surprise factor for us in the evening. So like you work so hard, so you always so we had a camel ride, we had like Rajasthani folk dancers coming along and sort of re-dancing with them. So I must say, it was one of the best times of my life, and I'm going to really miss it a lot.
So, what was the most difficult thing, like challenge that you faced during this time?
The challenge was with myself really, to make sure that I follow all the discipline of it, because I never thought that I'll be able to make myself worth that all the judges really will like me. So I took one thing at a time. For example, I have a shoot for a specific thing. I would just concentrate on that shoot, and the challenge was with me that I want to be better than last time how I was. So that is actually the thing in me. So I would never have like a competition with anyone else. I always have a competition with my own self, because I believe if you evolve into a better person of your own is when you really improve in life, and you cannot be anyone else. And that was something which Tusshar and Archana ma'am have been telling us. This whole 10-day journey is being about yourself. So trying to accept what you are and trying to move on from there is the biggest challenge for your own self, because sometimes you would not really want something specific in you, but then trying to accept, no, this is what I am and this is what I have to move on from. So that, I think, is the biggest challenge. So every moment there was a challenge.
And what was the best part of this journey?
This moment was the best part of the journey.
I was just about to ask, what were you feeling when your name was announced and you got this, you were entitled with Mrs. India Universe?
I was frozen. And you know what, a day before I got the bestest catwalk award. But I must say, when my name was announced and I walked till to the position of getting this crown, I think it was the most frozen walk I would have given, because it was like, is it really me? Is it really me? And then I looked at my family and they were all cheering me up with tears in their eyes. I was like, oh my god. So that was like a very emotional moment, and I must say, it was a dream come true for me, because it was all the hard work worth of. So every time whenever we were in a grooming session and I would feel tired, we literally had blisters because you were in high heel and all, and every time I would tell myself, you know what, it is all worth it, because at the end, when you will win the crown, it will be all for good. And I guess it was all worth it.
Yeah, it totally was. So, as it is said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Definitely,
So,
yes.
what are your next steps? Have you thought of something? What will be you doing in the next competition?
Yes, the second level from here is Mrs. Universe, wherein definitely I'll be representing our own country. And so I'll work harder and harder to make sure that we do secure some place there. That will be the hope, and that will be the hope for me. That'll encourage me to do better and improve. In addition to that, I'm from JNK, so I've spent my childhood in a war zone. So I would really want to work on the causes that are very close to my heart. For example, youth empowerment and allergy awareness. So these are the two main things I want to really work on and focus on. I have got in touch with two organizations, one who works on allergy awareness and one who works on conducting workshops for the youth in JNK who have been descendant and or have gone on the paths of crimes and wars. So they conduct workshops with them so that they can come back to the normal way of living and empower themselves. So that is the area I'll be focusing more and more on, because professionally I was doing good. I'm a vice president. Financially I'm doing good, but then there is always an aspect of what are you doing socially. So this crown is going to help me to work on my social responsibilities towards the society.
Yeah, I wish you best of luck for that, and I hope that all your dreams are fulfilled. And this cause is a very great cause, so I wish you that you fulfill it. Uh,
Thank you.